Hello, everybody. Greetings. It's a brand new day. I'm delighted to see every beautiful face on this video, on the Zoom. I hope you're doing well. Just another time I'm just having this great blessing and a gift to be able to be here and to see all of you. Greetings to all of our Facebook friends as well from the Washington Rebels and Carpe Diem, Daily Antidote of Song. And if this is your first time, it won't be your last, I guarantee it, because we just enjoy embracing song and so many phenomenal people to come. So let me give my specific greetings to Paula, Lisa, Jeannie, Jane, Janet, Kathy from Virginia, my namesake, Lisa, hey, Carolyn, David, Kathleen, Ann, Carol, Bonnie, Nancy, Pete, Barb, Isabel, Sheila, Fred, Terry, excuse me, Pamela, and I'm moving right along my list. Hindi, hey, Susan, Deborah, Dan, Jane. Oh, there's my brother-in-law, Joe, hey, from California, and Pete, and Janet, and Sandy, Sandra, Gary. And then I see names of others, including Diane, Johnny, Annette, and Thomas, and others. Welcome, 1,000 times welcome to you. I am excited today, especially for our guest, a singer with us, Phillip Bullock, happens to be my son. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But before we talk about that and get into our singing, I wanted to take a special moment for honoring those for which this day has been set aside, and remembering everybody. If there are those of you who have been ill, who are not feeling well, our hearts are with you always. And know that you are being lifted up by your community right here. Joe, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Just a quick message. Today is 11/11, and it marks also Armistice Day, which is how it is celebrated in lots of other countries around the globe. And it has become different days of remembrance in different places. But the original Armistice Day, there are actually folks in the US, I think I'm remembering Kurt Vonnegut, I'm remembering someone else who have put in a plug for us to change the Veterans Day back to Armistice Day because it was supposed to be originally a remembrance specifically of peace and the notion of people coming together to end wars and to decide not to fight anymore. And so in honor of this day, and thanks to all of the folks in the community who reminded me today that this was a special and important day, we're going to do just a moment of silence together. And then I will turn it right back over to you, Kathy. So if everyone can just take a deep breath and put in some thought, some good thought to our nation and the rest of the globe where peace is needed, which is more or less everywhere. Let's take a moment now. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for passing peace.
Thank you. And as we hold the thoughts of peace in our hearts and in our minds, let us continue on with today's session on racial songs about racial justice and freedom. It's all of a piece and they're all connected. I want to also make sure I gave a shout out to Joe, who just spoke, who is the coordinator here from Washington Rebels. And this is day 220 or so, or more and more, that this has been going on every day. It's not an easy task, but one of commitment. So I want to thank her for that. And for our great tech team, we have Binta today with us. Thank you also for making this happen. All right, with that in mind, piece. I want to turn, Joe invited me to invite some of my guests to come on and share with us some of their musical gifts. So I said, sure, I'm happy to do that. So we had my sister Diane on Monday. And so now we have my son, Phillip Bullock. There is on chat if you want to find out more information about him. He happens to be an opera singer, y'all. Yeah, opera singer. That's not me. But what happened is he's been singing and performing really all over the world, based in New York City, but places like the Dresden Opera and the Royal Danish Opera, places in Mexico and Spain and Israel, and it goes on, and certainly here in the United States as well. And due to COVID, instead of being in New York and all of his friends, they had to just leave. So we get the pleasure of having him back here in Berea with us, my husband and I. So we are really thrilled to have him here. And so since he's here, I asked him if he would share a song just related to this idea that we've been talking about of social justice. So I'm going to turn it over right now to Phillip Bullock. Actually, he's in the living room and I'm on the porch, but it's all good.
Yeah, I took over the piano today. Thanks everybody for having me. As we were talking about before, when we think about racial justice, and then also in 2020, I don't know, I don't think I've ever spent as much time alone or in the house ever before. As you were saying, I'm typically based in New York City, but here in Berea, Kentucky, there just isn't much going on. So, but when we think about like 2020, and then like I think NPR was calling it like the summer of racial justice or something crazy like that. But when we think about those kind of times and we think about how much time we spent together, it seems like a really good time to be reflective and think about your own personal journeys, and then your current journey, but also like where you came from. And then we think about our own how we personally have contributed to the systems around us, either good or bad. And and we think about like moving forward and how to do that, and what does that look like, and this new normal everyone's talking about, what does that mean, what does it look like? And so the only song that really came to mind was a song called Guide My Feet. It really isn't, it's not a big grand statement of anything, really. It's a very small little prayer that I can teach you right now. So it's very, very, very simple. So it's guide my feet while I run this race. Just try that, everybody. Guide my feet while I run this race. Then it goes on with the same words. Guide my feet while I run this race. Try that. Guide my feet while I run this race. And the first line again. Guide my feet, Lord, while I run this race. 'Cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Let's try the whole thing. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet, Lord, while I run this race. 'Cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Everybody got it? I said it was simple. Great. So if you want to harmonize, feel free to just throw a harmony in there. You can start on the third. So it would sound like, guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet, Lord, while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race, 'cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Great. So let's move on to the next verses. It's the same melody, you just change the words up a little bit. So, hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race, 'cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Oh Lord, stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me, Lord, while I run this race, 'cause I don't want to run this race in vain. So while you're singing it, you feel free to do as much ad-lib in your home or like wherever you are, just to do the most. Yell it out if you can, if you're, not in public. So the last verse is light my way while I run this race. Light my way while I run this race. Light my way, Lord, while I run this race, 'cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet, Lord, while I run this race. Guide my feet, Lord, while I run this race, 'cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race, 'cause I don't want to run this race in vain. Great.
Woo! I'm holding my heart as we rock. That's a spiritual. It's old spirituals. Many of you have sung it. Some of you sing it with your choirs in your schools now. Some of you sing it in other forms, upbeat or what. But that's power, even though it's a little song, as Phil said, there's such power. You're looking for guidance for that. Susan just posted, Phillip, thank you for singing Lift Every Voice in the program that we did on women's suffrage.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Women Sing 100. and we performed that. And if you haven't had a chance to look at that, that's a wonderful program about looking at the stories of women finding the vote. And you're singing that. So, Phillip, if you were to sing this song, just a taste of it, if you were on stage in the full opera format, how
Oh,
just a
well,
little taste of it?
well, first of all, this mic is a little too close. But tell me if it's too loud. But it
Okay.
guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet, Lord, while I run this race. 'Cause I don't want to run this race in
You
vain.
better sing, boy.
It, like, blowed me my ears.
Yes, it's the power of the song and the singer as well. And you shared a little bit about reflecting. What about yourself as a young person, from my perspective? Would you say that things that you are learning or you've learned, or what would you speak to, what's speaking to you right now as in this space we find ourselves?
I think I also need to clarify. I'm not as young.
I know he's young compared to me, because I'm 65, so everybody
Yeah,
knows 65
in
is young.
comparison. So, I think it's important to say that because I'm in my mid 30s, and then I think that my generation, we are a little like in between. Like I grew up without a computer or without the internet, or without a cell phone. None of those things showed up until I was in college, and also, I find it so interesting the way that we rely on technology these days. It's everywhere. It's in everything. I don't know how you do anything without the internet, and it's also really interesting for me because as a classical singer, as a performer, like my life up to recently has been on stage, surrounded by people and course quarters, and either doing these massive, huge productions with like I was doing in Atlanta with like 100 people on stage, or these really small, compact little shows with like only 10 people, and you're just kind of all like cramped together, like in the theater, and I think it's probably similar for other people in the sense that when everything has changed, or when those things are taken away from you, or when you have to approach everything you typically do differently, it is really just it forces everyone, regardless of generations, to kind of stop and think and assess like what's going on, where are we, where am I, who are you know what I mean? It causes you to just stop and take a moment because you have to, like you were forced to, and I think that's one thing that happens regardless of um, age or generation. Did I answer the question? Probably didn't.
Yes, you did, and we can hear Figaro in the background. He's in his lap,
He's
our little
not, but
puppy.
he's
Oh, he's not. Oh, anyway,
small
but
little.
yes, absolutely. I think that reflecting on a time, you know, and not knowing, where we go from here. But we're moving, and it seems to me the times of change or times that we're most uncomfortable is when we grow most, when we look back on that. And those times when it's like, what is going on? We look back, and out of that, can emerge in a place that's so much more powerful and so much more real. And for me, song is throughout all of it, singing, powerful. And I know that's true for you. So I think what I'm going to do is to go around from the porch into the living room and join you, and we're going to just share a little bit of one song together. And that's because of the power of song. This poor child, even if he didn't want to, he got singing all the time from when I was carrying him. My husband and I met in a gospel singing group, so just my
Often
my
without my
sisters was.
choice or consent, but hey.
What did you say?
It wasn't always my choice, but
No, I know it was.
no, it was not.
Well, it is what it is. This is true. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to put myself on mute, and then
Oh, by the way, this is Figaro. He got his name. He's a little Yorkie rescue. He got his name because I was doing the show, Figaro. You know, Figaro. I was doing the show, and when he appeared, and so if I put him down, he'll start whining, and it's a thing. Do you want to play? Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Here I am. Hello. So I think you have it live on my Joe, on my other screen. So you can turn it to us or the big picture. Oh, wait a minute.
What are you doing?
I'm turning to the gallery thing.
Why? Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we go.
Changing all the settings.
Okay, this song is called God Has Smiled on Me. And it's just a song that, I don't know, it's become like a standard that we do forever and ever. I mean, what key you want it in?
Whatever key you in is fine. Is this G?
No.
Can you go up a half step? There we go.
Okay, here we go.
This is what happens. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good. He's been good. Oh, he's been good to me. Thank you, son. Love to everybody, everybody. Woo! Even in the midst of craziness, we're still blessed. That's the message today. And continue to sing and God to smile on us. Joe, I'll turn it off to you.
Kathy Bullock and Phillip Bullock, that was amazing. What a total treat to get to sing with one of you, to get to sing with both of you, and to hear that in your relationship, unlike in mine, you actually made your son do things that he didn't want to do. I don't really get that. Like, let's ask Nico about 200 days of being in the Daily Antidote. So maybe there were a couple days where he didn't want to be here. All right. I love it, Kathy and Phillip. Thank you so much. It was really, really fun to be able to sing with you. And Figaro, did Figaro do any actual singing of Figaro when you were practicing? A little bit, huh? Love it. He did play the piano. Did you happen to hear that when you got him on your lap? All right. I want to thank everybody out there on Facebook Live for joining us. Please join us tomorrow. We've got another rest of the week of racial justice tomorrow. We have Herbert Chinobe joining us. He's amazing. He was in the room with us once before, and we're super excited about it. A lot of the links that we talked about in here today are going to be posted on our new Daily Antidote Facebook group. So please do join us there and see all of the different things that the community is posting, including me and everybody else. We seem to have lost our artists. Let's all thank our artists. They can watch our thank you on Facebook Live.
Oh, I'm here. I don't know if you can see me, but we're back here.
Okay, great.
And I also wanted to say, if any of you are interested in a Christmas sing-along, I think that link will be in the...
It is.
It's already in the chat. Oh, sorry. Thank you again, Joe. Thank you, Binta, and everybody today. Have a blessed day. Feel the love. Feel the love.
Thank you, Kathy and Phillip. That was amazing, and we really can't wait to sing with you guys again. We'll hope to sing with you again next month. I'm saying goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live. Thank you, Facebook Live, for joining us, and see you again soon. A shout out to Cheryl Tay and Mary from Omaha, and somebody else who was out there I'm forgetting now. Thank you so much for being with us. You guys had great comments in the Facebook. I wish we could merge the two.